Hey, I'm Amber, and you're watching Detroit 360.
Me siento bien, ¿verdad? Haber hecho este cambio porque la casa donde vivía era una casa ya vieja, que no, pues con esa facilidad yo me siento bien, ¿verdad? Nosotros estamos bien.
So in our home swap program for bridging neighborhoods, we have roughly about 220 homes that are eligible to be part of the home swap. And currently, as it stands right now, we've closed on our first home today. We have 2 more closings to follow in the next week, and total as it stands right now, we have about 20 families that have signed purchase agreements to get a house under construction and ultimately move in to their new home.
The bridge they're building, as you may have guessed, is the $4.4 billion Gordie Howe International Bridge. Talks between the U.S. and Canada to create a new bridge started back in 2015. Eventually, the Delray neighborhood was selected for the American Port of Entry. The state of Michigan bought out dozens of homes and businesses to make way for the project. Earlier this year, work began on the land to prepare for construction of the bridge and customs plazas. The city of Detroit created the Bridging Neighborhoods Home Swap program to offer homeowners who are directly affected by the project an opportunity to move into renovated homes in the neighborhoods throughout the city.
A couple years ago, we worked out a community benefit agreement with the Windsor-Detroit Bridge Authority. It was signed into a resolution by City Council to create a fund to ultimately provide an option for families that are surrounded by the Delray community, that live in the Delray community, an opportunity to move to another part of the city. If they choose to, it's an optional program. But dealing with construction and a new bridge coming in and walls going up, some families didn't want to live near that and some of the environmental concerns. And so this gives families an opportunity to have a new house renovated, well, not a new house, but a land bank house renovated to their standards, and then we'll move a family in from Delray.
Oh, estoy impactada, estoy feliz, estoy muy emocionada, ¿verdad? Porque es una casa muy bonita, es más chica, pero está bien, ¿verdad? Está todo perfecto, todo se ve muy bien y voy a pasar una Navidad muy feliz aquí.
If you live in Delray and aren't sure if you qualify, visit bridgingneighborhoods.org and type in your address. If you do qualify, you'll be prompted to fill out an application and notified when the next open enrollment period will take place. Many more closings are scheduled for the coming days, weeks, and months. To learn more, everything you'll need to know can be found at bridgingneighborhoods.org.
Hello, I'm Ronald Rivers.
And I'm Lauren Rivers.
And we're the owners of Rivers Investment and Management and Rivers Realty Group. We've been in business for over 42 years and we specialize in real estate. I specialize in housing management. My daughter specializes in real estate sales. Well, I'm a Detroiter from birth. This is my home and my family's from this location. So everything that I'm about has been about Detroit. I was selected from a group of appointees to run a housing and relocation service. And so when I thought of becoming an entrepreneur, I did what I had been taught. I focused on real estate investments and relocation and just generally renovating houses. My daughter worked for some very high-powered corporations prior to affiliating herself with our business. So I was very fortunate that she came to us. She was prepared and we prospered as a result of it.
So when I was a little girl, I remember people asking, what do you want to be when you grow up? And I didn't know what my father did, but I knew I wanted to do exactly what he did. One thing that I always honored was that this was the business that helped put myself and my siblings through college, so it meant a lot to me. And also the way that the company has served the community with integrity and professionalism. Something also very important to me was that you can get professional service right here in the city of Detroit. You don't have to cross 8 Mile. So maintaining that standard has always been a very strong pursuit of ours. Today we are at a property that we just recently sold. We'd like for you to take a look. This is an exquisite property. It's designed by a student of Albert Kahn, has wonderful attributes, and we love to share it with you today. Come on.
Hey, Kendra.
Hey, Scott.
Hey, how are you today?
Pretty good. How about you?
Good. Can I help you with that?
Thank you so much.
Hey, I'll grab it for you.
Thank you. Come on in. Ah, here's my receipt.
Wow.
I'm gonna have to get another job to afford all these groceries.
I can see why. Hey, you know you can reuse these, correct? And some stores will give you a credit towards your grocery bill if you bring your own bags.
Really?
And once you're done reusing the bags, you can recycle them. Recycling also saves resources and money by cutting down on landfill costs, which we all pay for on our property tax bill. You can put a recycling bin next to your trash and recycle all sorts of things, like cereal boxes, plastic containers, cans, and paper as well.
Want some water?
Sure. Thank you.
You're welcome.
You know another idea? Instead of letting the water run until it gets cool, fill up a water bottle or a pitcher and put it in the refrigerator, and you'll save money on your water bill, which you can put towards your groceries as well.
Yes. What else?
You can save even more money on water by taking shorter showers and turning the water off when you brush your teeth. Save money on your electric bill by turning lights off when you leave the room. And when you're not using them, unplug anything that uses power, even when it's off, like your phone charger or your computer. Unplugging those devices from standby power can also save you up to $100 per year.
Woo! More money for those groceries.
High five. Save water, save energy, save money.
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready.
Okay, come on in.
Oh
They
my
had to
God.
frame this cabinets.
Oh man.
We're home. Oh my God, this is old.
When these residents learned that the building was being acquired and it was going to be redeveloped into more housing, obviously they were very concerned. After we interacted with the developer, we had a community meeting and we said, we think we can reach a conclusion with this developer through which anyone who's income eligible can come back to this building in a new unit at a rent that's similar to what you're paying today. A lot of residents were incredulous and didn't believe it. A year later, what you're seeing is the result of that, and it's a promise kept. Those who stayed are going to be able to be part of the future of this building.
We're back together again, and this is like home. I'm going to put pictures on that wall.
This building has just totally transformed.
The Hamilton Midtown was recently known as the Milner Arms Apartments. It was designed to house the influx of male transient workers who came to Detroit in the booming auto industry back in the early 20s. We purchased it in 2016 from the heirs of the Milner family, who had been operating it as an apartment building which we continued to do until we started the renovation of it. And now, as of October 1st, we are officially open.
Oh,
Oh
and this
my
is probably like a
God.
double washer for like bigger
I
loads
could
or
just
something?
move down here.
Broder and Saxe really wanted to tackle this challenge and do it the right way. By them coming in and saying to the city, how do we get this right with these existing residents, meeting the requirements for affordable housing? How do we do this differently? We really appreciated that, and it's really now with this development coming online, it really represents what we're trying to get done all over the city as these buildings come back.
I'm just hoping that when I wake up that this is just all isn't just a dream.
I expected for it not to be this upscale. This is like a VIP to me. I'd be glad to invite the mayor, whoever helped, I would be glad to invite them to dinner. Because he had fulfilled what he said he was going to do. He was going to make it affordable for the people like me to get on a fixed income, to live in such upscale place. You couldn't ask for anything more.
I am excited that FlexingGate is making this huge investment in our community and bringing jobs and opportunity for our residents.
We are very excited about this opportunity, about the tax base that it's going to bring and the jobs that are going to result directly from this, and the new development in the 3rd District, and as many 3rd Districts I possibly can get in here to get work. We're excited about that as well.
Detroit's identity has always been a place where you make things. And with today's announcement, we're taking a significant step back in that direction. In agreement with FlexingGate, there's going to be a $100 million investment, 350,000 square feet, and 400 to 650 jobs right here. We're going to have Detroiters making things in the city of Detroit again.
In the 3rd District, we haven't seen a development or any type of significant investment in generations. So when FlexingGate said we're interested in that area, it was critical for me to bring that to the residents, have them support it, and then advocate strongly right here at the City Council table and to the administration that we needed to have that type of investment right in our own community.
I mean, I was working with Scott Benson, and I was working with him, going door to door, knocking on doors for Proposed to Be. And one of them opportunities was for FlexingGate to come to Detroit. And it happened. So now I'm working at FlexingGate. I think my 6 months is coming up in a couple of days.
FlexingGate is good for experience. We all started off in metals, and now we're in plastic. And now I'm starting to learn how to seismic weld and do weld repair, so stuff you never thought you would do. It's good. You learn a lot of things. You get a lot of experience at FlexingGate.
So we actually have opportunities to become managers and supervisors and stuff like that. It makes us happy and proud that we can make more money while doing something that's a good experience that can take us farther in life.
So now you're seeing people like Josiah King having jobs and now having a future that they weren't going to have in their other jobs. So they didn't have that upper mobility option, and they didn't have the opportunity to really make a career for themselves in that organization.
They're giving a bunch of jobs to a bunch of people who are willing to come here to work hard and try to take it to the next level.
My granddad was the only guy I really had in my life. He worked at a plant for 30 years. He worked for one of the big three, so it means a lot. Kind of get to follow in his footsteps, see what he did every day to take care of his family. And it's something I can say, like, I was one of the first workers to work at FlexingGate Detroit, so it's good. It's a good thing.
For me, moving citizens out of poverty into the middle class and giving them a greater opportunity and a reason to stay right here in the city of Detroit is huge and something that I want to keep doing. The CBO, the Community Benefits Ordinance, it is an ordinance that dictates that community residents negotiate directly with developers for benefits to our communities. And that's how we're delivering jobs, community benefits, and that's how we're delivering on the promises made by corporations to our citizens right here in the city of Detroit. I want everyone to know and to remember, residency has its privileges.
It's good to see you. Since 2004, Detroit has had its annual tree lighting ceremony to kick off the holiday season. Did you miss this year's tree lighting event? No worries. Here's a quick glimpse at that majestic night. I'm your host, Bethany Fisher, and you're watching Burst, Flare, Detroit. So we are here in Campus Martius with the wonderful Bob Gregory with Downtown Detroit Partnership for Detroit's 15th annual Detroit Tree Lighting. How are you today?
Very nice. Thank you, Bethany.
No problem. And before we get into the details, how did this event come about?
This actually is the 15th year at Campus Martius. Of course, tree lighting's going on for a long time in Detroit, but we built Campus Martius back in 2004, opened the park with a tree lighting, and this is the 15th year. We have the tree on the top of the fountain, beautiful ice skating rink, and the show has gotten better and better every year.
And I see the tree on top of the fountain. About how many lights are out here tonight?
Almost 20,000 lights on the tree and 500,000 lights around downtown.
And on top of the ice skating tonight, what other activities do you have going on?
We have all kinds of family activities going on, Salvation Army Family Fun Tent. We got the horse and carriage rides. We've got all kinds of food trucks and video walls. And Beacon Park is lit up tonight as well with selfies with Santa there. Lots going on for everybody.
Thank you so much for that, Bob. I look forward to the event tonight.
Absolutely. We're looking at it's going to be a big crowd, beautiful night, great weather.
We are here with Mr. and Mrs. DeFina, who are actually the proud owners of this year's Christmas tree. How do you feel today?
We're very excited to be here. This has been such an adventure, and it just keeps getting better and better, so we can't wait to see the tree all lit up and how beautiful it's going to be.
Now let's get a little bit of history about this tree. How tall is it, and how long had it been in your backyard?
I think it's about 60 feet, a little over 60 feet. It's actually in the front yard, so it was right near the corner of our front of our house. So it's been there since we've moved in 11 years ago.
That's awesome. And so how do your kids feel about the tree being out here? Were they a little sad to see it go?
I think so, maybe at the beginning, but they are just so excited. They think they're famous. And we keep trying to tell them, no, we're just doing something good for the city, and we're donating them our tree so they can enjoy it this Christmas season.
Are you guys enjoying tonight? Yeah. What's your favorite part?
The tree.
The tree? How many lights do you think are on the tree?
1 billion.
1 billion lights on the trees? Could you tell me your favorite part about today's tree lighting event?
Oh, I love the singing, the dancing. It was just beautiful, beautiful occasion.
Okay, and what would you like the people at home to know about tonight's event?
Well, we love the resurgence of Detroit, and it's a wonderful time. Come on down and make sure that you visit Campus Martius.
There's nothing worse than wasting time. Well, maybe waiting in lines. But now I can pay my water bill from my phone, tablet, or laptop. All it takes is a quick click and bam, I can check, manage, and pay my water bill from anywhere. That means more time with the family at Rouge Park, more time for myself on the Riverwalk, or just at home on Outer Drive. I can pay my water bill anywhere. It's that easy. So skip the line and pay your bill online. Visit www.detroitmi.gov/paymywaterbill to register today.
Mom's out eating lunch, so I just had to come and make another meal in the kitchen. So today I'm gonna be making pad thai. But I'm Jay Lauren, a 12-year-old who loves to cook healthy food, and I decided I'd share it with you. So let's get on into this recipe. All right, so I have bean sprouts, maple syrup, stir-fry rice noodles, peanut butter, soy sauce, bamboo shoots, crushed red pepper, or sriracha, coconut oil, lime, some veggies. I just have bell peppers, onion, mushroom, and carrot, a lime, some oil to cook your veggies in, and then some utensils. I just have something to stir it around, tongs, a whisk, and a spoon. All right, so to start off, you're gonna need to heat up your coconut oil. And I already have some water starting to boil for my noodles. So I have some coconut oil. You can use olive oil as well. And I'm just going to heat this up to cook my veggies in. Coconut oil is, it's healthier than like vegetable oil or canola oil. So that's why I chose to use coconut oil in this recipe. And this is also a high protein recipe because it contains peanut butter. Peanut butter has a lot of protein for you. So now that our coconut oil is pretty much melted, I'm gonna start to add in our veggies. Just a a little bit of time. Alright, now we can add in our veggies. This is just onions again, mushrooms, carrots, bell pepper. Also, a lot of people don't know this, but mushrooms are also very high in protein. So again, if you're on a vegetarian or vegan diet, you can have, if you put mushrooms in here, it has lots of protein in it. Yep. Alright, so I'm just gonna keep sauteing these, and while those are sauteing, I'm just gonna open up my bamboo shoots because I love bamboo shoots in Asian food like pasta dishes. But you can use, if you have different veggies on hand, you can use those veggies, but these are just the veggies that I had, so these are the ones I'm using. So right now, what we can do is we can actually just start making our sauce. Make sure you're still stirring up your veggies as you go. I'm just gonna add a little bit of soy sauce. Along with some maple syrup. Sweet in there, and then we're gonna add in some peanut butter as well. Not very much, just about 2 spoonfuls ish. And I'll leave all the measurements down in the description box below. You guys have all of that. A little bit of crushed red pepper. Pad Thai usually has like peanuts in it, so I decided I'd add in some peanut butter in the sauce. And yeah. Alright. Now I'm just gonna go back sauteing and kind of go back and forth. Right now you guys can see it's a nice like creamy looking sauce. And I'm gonna get a knife so I can cut up this lime and add in some lime juice. If you want to put a healthier take on your sauce and you don't like using soy sauce or soy, you can actually use coconut aminos or tamari. It has the same type of flavor. Yeah, you can use that as well. Add in the lime, just gonna whisk that up. And this is more of a Pad Thai sauce. Alright, now that our water is boiling for our noodles, we're going to start to add in our noodles. So I'm just going to start cooking those noodles up. Dunk them in there. And just turn down the heat now. Let it sit there. Now I'm just going to try my sauce to make sure it like tastes how I want it to. If it has too much of something in there, or it needs more. I'm going to add in a little bit more maple syrup to add that more of a sweet factor into our Pad Thai. And a little more crushed red pepper. And you can make it as spicy as you want, or if you like sweeter, you can add in more maple syrup. I like spicy, so I'm going to add in more red pepper. That's way better. Alright. It's good. Our veggies are pretty much all the way sauteed. And I'm gonna actually start adding in our bamboo shoots now, since we're about to take this off the heat. I'm gonna add in some bamboo shoots. All right. There we go. Sauteing that up. Oh, this looks really good. I'm actually gonna add in a little bit of red pepper in this as well. All right, and we can take this off the heat now. And I'm just gonna wait for our noodles now. All right, so now I'm just gonna combine everything together, my rice noodles along with my veggies. All right, that should be good. And then we're just gonna kind of mix all of those together. And at this step, we're just gonna add in our bean sprouts because you don't want them to cook too much. You just kind of want them to still be a little bit crunchy. So add in those. Mix that up a little bit. And it's time for our sauce. So I'm just gonna pour in our sauce and mix it all together until all right, you can see it's nice and creamy now and really delicious looking. All right, now we can plate it up. Doesn't this just look delicious? I'm so excited to eat it. Now, I hope that I helped your family eat a little bit healthier. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Ooh, I'm telling all you. Not again. Bye, guys.
If you like this episode and want to see more, follow us at City of Detroit. Check out more stories from the neighborhoods at Stories from DET and tap into featured events in the city on Instagram and YouTube at Burst Detroit. To learn more, everything you need to know is at bridgingneighborhoods.org. Thank you for watching Detroit 360. See you next time.